And we are now live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of, I guess we're still calling it Lead Sites Live, even though we haven't really referred to it as that in quite some time. I am Lucas. You may remember me from that one webinar I did oh so long ago with the wonderful Patty Sampson. I am a member of EasyAgentPro. I am joined by Eugene, who is also a member of EasyAgentPro and kind of the star of our whole support network. You'll see a bunch of people in Beatzillo telling me that Eugene deserves a raise. So full disclosure, you're kind of popular around here. We've got a brand new app that just came out on Lead Sites, like literally yesterday, and it's a pretty cool one, actually. It's the first big app that's come out in a while that's made me say, man, maybe I should actually switch over and use a lead site for my own personal website, because I really like the way this app looks. So it's called Showcase Gallery. We spent a little time internally kind of arguing on a name, but we thought that might be the most kind of fitting choice. Do you kind of want to take a screenshot of what you're doing on your computer, kind of show us what's up with this app, show us how to use it and everything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to just turn on my screen share and we're going to go. If you are a Lead Sites user, this should be live for you already, so you can check it out on your apps page. But yeah, let's take a look together. So yes, so here is a lead site. This is from another star at EasyAgentPro, Justin. This is his demo site that I'm borrowing. But yeah, it's called Showcase Gallery. As Lucas mentioned, it's going to be in your SEO and content section of your lead site apps page. And it's pretty nifty. So you can do a lot of things with this app. Essentially, it's a way to create like a tiled gallery that you can make clickable buttons, things like that. But in our own internal testing, we found that you can essentially make an entire homepage with, using a couple of showcase galleries. So yeah, let's go take a deep dive into it. I'm going to just open up one that Justin has already used, but we do have some templates you can tap into, and we'll take a look at that here in a second. But yeah, there's a couple of different options that you can do with Showcase Gallery. You've noticed that Justin has used the circle templates here. And what's cool about Showcase Gallery is you can make all of these buttons clickable, right? And change the images, change the names out. So this particular template was designed so then you can showcase your, your city. So for me here in Albuquerque, I might choose Albuquerque as this main big circle. And then around it, I would have some of the communities in Albuquerque that are bigger, like, Tanawan or, Cabazon, things like that. And then those can go to your community pages if you've built them in InstaFarm. Maybe you have a really cool blog that you wrote that you want to link out to. The possibilities are pretty endless there. But when you get into editing it, you can, of course, choose a background image. We can also choose the title. So let's call this one Cabazon. And then there's just a couple of other options in here, right? So we can choose a URL that this goes to, whether or not it opens in a new tab. If you want to get the perfect centering on your image, like maybe you have some text that you're wanting to feature, you can use these options to align the image. I don't know if you can see that here in the background here, but it's probably not going to align too much because this is a square image going into a circle, but you can kind of see how it's like moving a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of different possibilities you can do with Showcase Gallery. And then of course, once you actually build your gallery, you can throw it on a page or a blog. So let me show you what a Showcase Gallery would look like on a live page. Looks like I might have chose one that doesn't have a gallery. Let me just see. I think this one will probably work. Okay, yeah. So this one is using like, rectangular tiles. You can change the tile style as you can see. We'll get into that here in a second. But yeah, you can build out a page, have some call to actions that you want to use. If you want, you can also choose a template that doesn't have like a header or a footer. So you can, even build like a squeeze type landing page with
Mhm.
Showcase Gallery. A lot of cool things you can do here.
And that's just a short code that you paste anywhere on your site, right? So you can have this on an
Mhm.
Instafarm page, you can have this on a home page, on a landing page, like anywhere that you can paste code, basically, you can have these showcase galleries show up.
Yeah, good question. And that's exactly how it would work. So this particular page was built in just the Gutenberg editor. You can see that we're in pages here,
Mhm.
and we'll show how to add these to Instafarms and into blogs and other places here in just a second. But yeah, that's a good question. And yeah, you can basically throw this anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's pretty versatile in that regard. So let's go into the editor and let's build a new one.
Yeah, and while you're opening that up, I do kind of want to preface this because a lot of times with lead sites apps and lead sites tools, we're a very template-based website, right? So we offer a lot of templates that you can use to kind of quickly change it at your site. You're working with templates in this tool as well, but you're actually creating the templates yourself. You're not going to,
Exactly.
yeah, you're not going to just be selecting from a list of templates and you're locked into whatever you have. You can actually change like every aspect of these tiles, which I'm sure you're going to show us here in just a second. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so like Lucas mentioned, there's a couple of templates that you can choose from to start with. This is the one we were looking at in the editor earlier. I'm going to go, you can even choose a blank template. I'm going to just go with this, what we've called the Brady template. It's just 9
I
boxes
love
to go.
these names. I love Get the Point with the little
Yeah.
stock photo. Man, we're a cheesy
um,
bunch.
yeah, that we are here at Easy Agent Pro. But yeah, it's really cool. So let me just delete some of these guys. It's easy to delete them and manipulate, which we will show in a second. But just so we can, showcase this, we're gonna start with 3 tiles. So what we can do is you can edit the default tile look and feel. A lot of different options there. So let's go through those one by one. You can change the number of columns in the tile set. So if I wanted to, let's say, have like a 10 tile set, I can do that. And then, this row will have 10 tiles. Let's put that back to what we had at 3. You can also change the gutter size, which is going to be the space in between the tiles. So if you don't want to have any space at all, you just want them touching up, button up, you can do that. I think it looks nice with a little bit of space, so we'll give it some space there.
Yeah.
You can also change the height of the rows. So if you want small tiles or large tiles, you can do that. We can change the font size. So let's add some text in here. We'll call this tile 1. And we'll call this one tile 2. And we'll call this one tile 3.
I can tell you've been playing around in this app for weeks because
Yeah.
everything's going really nice and smooth.
Sure. No, I love this app. It's like you said, it's kind of one of my favorite new ones for sure. But so we can change the tile size, the font size in these tiles, and there's 2 sliders here. So we're going to explain that. This slider here may be a little bit confusing to some, but this is going to be the minimum font size. So for like on mobile, for example, if we were to drag the screen size really small, which I think we can do here, see how the fonts are going to kind of go smaller depending on how big your screen is. So if you can have a minimum size and a maximum size.
Very cool.
I'm going to choose my maximum a little bit lower. And then that's kind of how that one works. Moving on, we have border radius. So we're going to be able to like kind of round out these corners, which I think looks nice. You can have like nice rounded tiles if you would like. You can also add shadow to those tiles. You can kind of see how there's a little bit of a shadow effect going on behind there. There's going to be an overlay for the border. So see how there's kind of like a grayish tint that will be overlaid. You can turn that off if you want. Make it the opacity darker, that type of thing. Can change the text color, which is pretty self-explanatory, right? Make it blue if you want. Also, there's a border color that you can choose from. So we can change the color or, remove the border entirely. Oops, I think I have to actually select here. There we go. See how it like changes to like a red or whatever. I'm colorblind, so maybe that's green. I don't know.
No, you nailed it.
We can remove the border as well. So lots of options there. Now to the juicy stuff, I think anyway. So this is where you can change your tile style. So we've been looking at rectangular tile set. We looked at the circle tile earlier, but you can also have like square tiles, which will kind of, force it into a 1x1 tile, which looks really cool.
Yeah.
Circles are really cool also, because then of course you can have nice circle tile set. I think that looks really nice. So as far as the text shadow is concerned, so this is going to be the text behind here. If I were to just like a black, we'll be able to see it more pronounced, but you can change the offset. So, like that, the X offset, the Y offset, give yourself a nice.
I wish I had that tool in Photoshop. I always have to do that manually.
Manually, right? I know. I was thinking that too. I was like, man, this is easy. There's a slider here. We can also add blur effect to that. So then, it looks really nice if you do that. And then of course the text alignment. So you can have left align, center align, right align. And then this is going to be the tile align. So like if you want it aligned to the top of the tile, you can do that. Bottom of the tile, center of the tile.
Lot of options here. A lot of options to customize the way it looks.
Yeah, and since this is still kind of a beta, since we just launched it, if you guys listening, playing around on your own sites have any other requests that aren't here, send them our way. That we're all about that. We want to make this the best app that it can be,
Yeah.
Last option here is going to be the I guess second to last option really, but the default background image. So you can put like a a nice house or something like that. And then if you don't choose an image on any of these tiles, that would be the default. But of course, you can go in and individually select an image for the tile sets as well. The final option is to reset all your settings. So if you want to reset everything back to the default, you can do that with a click of a button.
Very cool. Just remember that reset button is permanent, right? So if you hit that, you're committing to the change.
Right, exactly. So anything that you wanted to add or any questions that you had on this, Lucas, before we move on? Because I know that like you said, I've been playing with this for weeks, so I'm probably moving a little fast here.
Yeah, no, not really. I think you pretty much covered everything there pretty well. I will say, I guess just kind of as we're talking about this, that this is, this is standard now on lead sites, right? This isn't something that you have to opt into or pay extra for or something like that. It comes with your site. So
yeah, we're not charging anything as a premium app on this one. We feel that this is something that every user should have access to. So yeah, play around with it if you have a lead site for sure.
We hope you will, and like Eugene said, if you have any feedback, any questions or anything, you can hit the little button at the bottom of your site. You can contact support directly, however you want to get in touch with us. But, let us know. There might be a really cool feature that we're missing out on here that you want to see. So, now's the time.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So just so you guys know, if you are in the webinar, I'm logged into like a kind of an admin account. So you're probably seeing some extra buttons here. This button won't exist on your site, show source. So don't freak out if you don't see those. But that's why we didn't cover them, because they're not for you. So let's go show how to add one of these to a page or a blog. It's very easy on a page. It's going to take a little doing on an Instafarm, but not much more. So let's cover both.
Okay.
Instafarm and homepage actually will be a little bit extra. So we're going to start in pages first. Pages and blogs are essentially going to be the same method. So I'll just show the one. Let's go ahead and create a new one. We'll call this webinar testing. So there is now going to be a block called Showcase Gallery that you can tap into. So with this block, you can click on it and then it'll display all of your showcase galleries that you have built. It looks like we have a ton of them in here. And like literally you just click one and it'll get added to the page. So let's add this get to the point to the page.
My favorite.
Another thing to take note of is, and I don't know that a lot of people know this, but there's actually a template selector for pages. So I mentioned this before. If you wanted to turn this into like a squeeze type template, we have a template called white label somewhere in here. There it is, white label. And then that one won't have a header or a footer at all. So let's see what that looks like. We're going to view the page. So it'll have your, I didn't add a featured image, so that's why it's gray here, but it would have your featured image here and then your showcase gallery. And
Very cool.
So it's basically essentially like a squeeze page, right? You know, you
Mhm.
can have a no header, no footer, make sure that they're locked into this page. You can maybe put a form on the bottom from Form Builder if you want, you know, very versatile in that regard. But yeah,
Yeah,
everything's clickable. This one isn't because we didn't tell it to be, but it's very simple to add a showcase gallery to a page or a blog.
it's really cool.
So yeah, so let's go ahead and show how to add that to a Instafarm page, which isn't going to take much more work, honestly, but I'll show how that works. So we're going to go into the Instafarm app, and I'm going to create a new one. We'll call this one Webinar Test Farm, so we don't run into slug issues. Okay, so literally all you would want to do is put that shortcode in here. But the problem is there's no button yet for Showcase Gallery. So it is going to take a little extra work. You'll have to go into your Showcase Gallery app, and you'll notice there's going to be all of your shortcodes listed here.
Mhm.
So if I were to choose the Organized Chaos shortcode, I'll copy that. And I'll paste this guy right over here. Oops. There we go. And then, I mean, that's it. Actually, let me, you're going to have more success if you use the text editor here, because that's going to do it without any formatting.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to do that just in case. Let's publish the page. And with any luck, it'll show up on our Instafarm. So you can, you know, put this in line with like your Albuquerque Instafarm page if
And
you
there
want.
it
And there's,
is.
yeah, and then there it is. All of these are clickable. You know, you can do whatever you want with this showcase gallery. I think it's like very cool, very cool. So last thing I want to show everybody is how to add this to, let's say, a home page.
Mhm.
This one's going to be a little different, but kind of the same method. We're going to go into the homepage app by clicking that little shortcut there.
You have no idea how happy I am that you're here for this.
This is going to be a little bit of a hack, but you can put it into the IDX listing section. A lot of people don't know that this section can accept HTML. So you'll notice that Justin has already put a showcase gallery code in here.
Mhm.
And there's also a IDX listing show code in here, but I'm going to show you how to do that. So first things first, I want my showcase gallery to show first. So I'm going to grab this organized chaos one again, put it in this section. And then I'm going to click on this button to add a traditional shortcode for IDX listings. Let's see if Justin has anything on here for saved. Cool, he does. I'm going to copy this one, paste it over here. So now we should have our showcase gallery showing first. And then underneath that, we're going to have IDX listings for, I think, the Disney area, according to that code.
And if you wanted to swap those, you would just put the IDX code first and then the tiles code. Very cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let's go to his homepage and we're going to refresh it. And let's go see what that looks like. Yep. So here's that showcase gallery on the page. And then right underneath that is going to be those IDX listings that we told to appear.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, this is an app with a lot of untapped potential, right? It's not something that like right out of the gate is going to just be copy and paste and put onto your website. But if you have ideas for your site, if you have things that you want to do with your site, if you're a creative type of person and you can come up with reasons for these tiles to exist on your site, you can get a lot of mileage out of this app. And that's what's so exciting about it for me.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Like Lucas was saying, it's going to take a little bit doing, it's going to take a little bit creativity, but like, the world is your oyster, what I envision is people building entire home pages out of a showcase gallery, because we have these nice templates and I think they do look nice, but imagine being able to build a template of your dreams with a showcase gallery.
Yeah.
And then you can tell EasyAgentPro support, hey, I want this page to be my new homepage, and we can set that as your homepage for you. You don't have to use our templates anymore. A lot of possibilities with Showcase Gallery. I hope you guys enjoy using it. And like I said at the top, if you have questions, concerns, feature requests, we'd love to hear them.
Yeah, feel free to reach out in the comments of this video, whether you're watching this on YouTube or the live version on Beatzillo, and reach out to us through support, through your own website, however you can get in touch with us, let us know, because we're still working on this one a lot. So we have plenty of time to make any changes, any updates, anything like that. So give us your feedback.
Totally.
Cool. Well, Eugene, thank you for kind of being our guide through this whole process. I know this was kind of a you-centric episode, but I really appreciate having you on.
That's okay.
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you really enjoy the new app. We hope you get a lot out of it. If you're not already a LeadSites user, I should mention we actually have a deal going on right now for a very limited time. Get your website for $1 for the first month with promo code $. If you go to EasyAgentPro.com, you can use that promo code. Just kind of a little holiday special that we're giving away to get people through the door and get them interested in our website and everything. So you can sign up today. You can use the promo code and you can start using the Showcase app, this afternoon. So go check that out if you're curious.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, I think with that, we will get out of here and get ready for New Year's Eve and everything wonderful that comes with it. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, Eugene, for being on this. I really appreciate it. And we will see you guys next time.
See you guys. Bye-bye.